Oh, I hear you guys talking about Victory Monday. Only one way to get that. Let's see some hustle out there. We got a big game on Sunday.
There we go. Wide eight. What is it? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Hey, here we go. Wide. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go, here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Hey, here we go. Wide eight. What do you think?
All right, this is it. The gold standard. We are going for gold.
Now that's what I'm talking about, fellas. I don't know what happened between last week and this week, but today was a great practice. And this coaching staff is loving it. You guys consistently do that, and I see a lot of victories in our future.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Right there. Leave! 2-by-2. Move!
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Airing one out into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Go, go, go. Switch it. Come on, switch.
They'll run with Elliott. Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Hands up! Lee! 54! Mike, 54! They got
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Hands up! Lee! Mike, 54! Here we go! Tight dog! 93, 52, 93, hands up!
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Dalton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Slam! Heavy!
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Able to shake him off. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Now a handoff looking right. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Now Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Go ahead,
Check 52, come on. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check safety.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. His 21st touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Quick the edge. Go. Hey, watch it.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm here all day. Man left. You got 3.
Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton going deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Watch the eye.
We're going to 53. 26.
Elliott. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Here we go. 488. 57. We're going to 52.
Wide, get wide.
Hey, kill. 26.
On second and 15 now. Prescott on the crossing route. He hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16.
And the Cowboy first down.
Six 0 our score after one.
With the score, Cowboys 6, Bengals 0.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but second and 13 here. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Rush in.
Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Marr on for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go. Pick it up, D. Kill.
Now Joe Mixon. And another tackle broken. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hot. 50 seconds to mine. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
The first down throw coming for Dalton. He's got Green. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Watch out.
Throwing, Dalton. This one hauled in by Sample. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check it back.
Here you go, can. 80 weapon.
Check. First down.
Dalton. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On third down, Mixon. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
It's fourth down.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Bullock's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up second and 2 at the 34-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. This is Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in second and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
SOS. Hey, check Mike 57. We'll go 47. Let's go 46.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46.
Safety's creeping. Alert 3, alert 3.
Go, get out there.
Prescott now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone, you get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Wild Bill. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Shoot. Check.
Gun.
Watch the slant.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Prescott. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final act of the first half, Dalton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play here for the Cowboys. 55 yards.
And a Cowboy first down.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, switch gears.
25, check 25, check 25.
Check nickel.
Guys, go back. We got motion. Back up.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
No. Off. Here, fight this.
They'll get this out wide to Boyd. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as they'll come up and go for 2. This will be Dalton again. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Again, it's Elliott. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On second down, it's Elliott. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Go to 54, go to 54. Line 52 right here. Come on, D. Watch twist.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I can't believe they even let you play.
They go to Elliott again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
57.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down. Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Check 43. Switch.
They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Prescott from the gun. This to Jarwin.
Come on, fellas.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The kick by Marr is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Finding Green complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd and 10, Dalton. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A big run that time by Elliott, 53 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. On first down, Pollard. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
16.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
He's checking crack. Shit. Watch the shit.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Dalton here from the gun. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Nice. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Green brings it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. So Dalton now looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Bengals 30.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Let's go, baby.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Get out there, get out there. I got him. 26.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and that'll bring up second down.
He was covered by Trey Waynes.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
You must be dreaming.
Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and good, and they add one more to what will wind up a fairly lopsided victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Dallas, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.